Humans! Are you hearing me? Are you seeing me? Are we vibing? That is a hard question to answer because if you have to ask, then you're not. Connecting, that's all it is. Knowing glances, interactivity, because really we're all on a solo quest. And when the game is over, you're really only playing with yourself. Speaking of playing with yourself, I'm a completionist. So I feel like I kind of masturbated the game here. I'm all about personal growth, and when the time finally comes for me to call the game here, I'm all about solid scores, decent averages, bonus victory points. My stats are going to be stacked, but you're really not playing the full game unless you invest in some co-op missions, a little multiplayage. I'm thinking maybe y'all need a little company these days. Normally I hear you. I like to quest alone, but lately, and especially because I think the trauma's wearing off a little since 2020, so much so that cicadas are going ham in the co-emergence, I'm thinking maybe we could do with a little companionship. We all need a friend. Even Godzilla had Mothra. Doesn't matter what's going down or whether or not Godzilla was in the right. If Big Guy got bodied, Mothra would be summoned, ready to show up and chill shit out. Now, it can't be all Mothra, but there's someone to someone for everyone. A friend for every season. And I guess technically you could just ask Randy Newman, because you got a friend in him, but we don't need to summon Randy Newman. He's had enough. Doesn't even have to be people, probably better if it's not. Have you met people? If you haven't, might I suggest a street fest or dollar shot evenings nearest to any sporting arena. In fact, when aliens eventually hit me up about where to find a good human harvest, I'm going to say Wrigleyville. And they'll get their biological cultures and we'll have a few less Bourbonites fucking up the commute. It's a win-win, really. But that is dark, and part of the reasons I tend to flock alone. I say weird shit sometimes. Not like that friend who says they say weird shit, but it's just passive-aggressive loneliness. Like, oh my God, guys, what if I died? Which is never a fun question to pose the group, Tiffany. I don't care if you're finally, quote, relaxing, because it's been a, quote, rough week, and you have, quote, a lot on your plate. I don't know, maybe don't go feral on your first trip to the buffet of activities that the weekend presents, and you won't crash fucking hard and ruin brunch by asking, oh my God, guys, what if I died? Like we're about to start a horror movie. We're not, it's Sunday. Just saying, people suck sometimes. But when you find a person, a friend, a companion, and decide to vibe and share some emotional and mental sustenance together, the world's not so bleak and you can enjoy the game a little more. But it's hard to find a person because people suck. Having a creature depend on you is tough because you can barely keep a pair of sunglasses, and you don't want to play the internet roulette game of is this a person or a hungry spam looking to live off my data. Thankfully, they still make Tamagotchis. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God, guys, they still make Tamagotchis. It's true, they're still around. Bandai Namco makes them and you can buy them at Target. And like, props to Target, because it's rocking so much nostalgia, it's basically the Millennial Library of Alexandria for new dads on the holidays. The pyramids of the future to be plundered by whatever Lara Croft we get in 1,000 years will just be targets. And shall Rick O'Connell wake up some Lego mummy and have to defeat it with a super soaker or a pool noodle. And that is my pitch for the next franchise reboot. You're welcome. And if you needed more proof that maybe I should invest in a little social interaction, there you go. Bonus points. All I do is win, 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 win. But yeah, like I was saying, thankfully you can still buy Tamagotchis. Now, I personally do not have a deep connection to the Tamagotchi. I never Tamagotchi it, you feel me? Oh my God, calm down. Somebody in the back just went, yeah, good. At the time of their emergence, 1996 in Japan, 1997 in the States, I wasn't even a thought of the eye of whatever God made me, but they were a fucking thing back in the day. For those of you in the room that never knew Street Sharks, Tycho Jet Turbo Pythons, and the thrill of a fizzy shot from Dr. Dreadful's Drink Lab, the Tamagotchi is a portmanteau of either the Japanese word for egg, tamago, and the Japanese word for watch, wachi, or it's tomodachi, which means friend. The egg watch one kind of tracks because the original idea for the Tamagotchi was wrist-bound like a snap bracelet, which, if you were of an age that didn't have Jibba Jabber Sky Dancers or the Mini Mutant Turtle Top playsets and never knew the taste of Snapple Rain, those were basically tape measures with a kick-ass fabric covering that took more kids out of school than the Skip It Massacre of 1990. So many skinned knees. Created by Aki Maita and Akihiro Yokoi in 1996 because Yokoi was watching TV one day, saw a commercial where a little boy wasn't allowed to take his pet turtle on a trip, and it chokeslammed his heart parts, because of course it would. That kid doesn't know what's up. He just wants his buddy, his companion, his co-player to make things comfy in this bleak game of life. So Yokoi took this idea and merged it with the burgeoning world of digital pets. At the time, the personal computer had a cat that would follow your cursor around called Nico since 1989, making that the first digital pet, although you didn't have to feed it or even care for it. Just hung out, stared at you, scratched itself, and fell asleep, making it still the most accurate cat simulator to date, undefeated. In 1995, game design company PF Magic gave Nico Cat a glow-up, creating Dogs with a Z, where you could adopt and raise a digital dog to play around and mess up your desktop, feeling that, God, you're lucky you're fucking cute, otherwise I'd eat you, void you humans have developed over time. All of this is pre-Microsoft Clippy, by the way. When your existential loneliness reached max crit and you decided you needed an anxious digital office creep to question your work at home. Anyway, Yokoi and Maita created this concept, these little aliens, that came to Earth because their planet got drunk and irritated, so they had to bail and come to Earth. Yes, that is the lore. To be born from eggs that you have to help hatch and raise. Literally thrusting parenthood on the youth of a free pre-smartphone planet. Your 32 by 16 pixelated Tamagotchi would grow from hatch, and you had to feed it and hang out with it by tapping on the buttons while it rolled around an LCD screen like a drawing you did on a cocktail napkin while on shrooms. Thing is, if you didn't interact with it, it would starve and die, thrusting the concept of imminent mortality on the youth of a pre-streaming service planet. Existential dread be damned, though, those fuckers were a hit. 40,000 units in its initial drop in 1996 to 10 million by July of 1997 to 13 million in October that same year, 40 million worldwide by spring of 1998. Originally marketed for girls because the 90s, Bandai created a spin-off for boys, which they added violence to the world of the digital pet, making digital monsters you could square up against your friends with called Digimon, perpetuating a cycle of alpha male behavior that humans just can't figure out where it came from. Digimon went on to become more than just a hyper-misogynist digital fight club, but that is a different podcast. Meanwhile, Tamagotchis were thriving! So much were the kids into having to take maternity leave every 10 minutes to care for an alien lest it die and crush your week, that schools would ban them. And so crushed were these kids upon returning home to find out E.T. died starving and alone because you chose your education over their well-being, that Tamagotchi cemeteries were created for humans to literally bury a plastic fucking LCD screen in the earth because the emotional weight was too much to bear. They needed closure. Fuck the planet. But the legacy endured, and you can still buy Tamagotchis today and bury them whenever you get over it. Lest you didn't think I had a point here, during the initial run of Tamagotchis in 1997, Bandai released a tie-in with another Japanese franchise, the aforementioned ultimate god of That's What Friends Are For, Mothra. Rebirth of Mothra 2, the movie, followed the Elias sisters, Mal and Laura, as they summoned Mothra's kid, Mothra Leo, to save the Earth from monsters. Don't tune out. I had to listen to all your fucking Bridgerton talk. You can fucking hear me out on some Toho Studios lore, humans. We're all in this together. Tamagotchi made a Mothra-themed Tamagotchi when the movie was released, in which you had several characters you could evolve if you just raised them right. Rumored since 1997 was that you could actually raise out of the egg Mal and Laura themselves as your final form Tamagotchi. And to those of you glazing over, ask a kid about enchanted golden apples in Minecraft, and you'll eventually get it. It's rare and hard to find. That's all you need to know, Tiffany. Just pay attention. It's the ability to play as the ultimate expression of two friends working together on a digital egg designed to be a friend to help you work through life. The apex of co-op. The companion team-up to complete the codependency cycle your evolution and Mothra's has been working towards. But could it be done? Turns out, yeah! But like all successful relationships, it took a long fucking time. On June 5th, 2024, a Discord user named Rhubarb Pie revealed on a guide on how to feed, nurture, and push the right buttons to breed and evolve the two characters thought impossible for 27 years. So get hyped! Rhubarb Pie has returned from spelunking the depths of a plastic tomb like Indiana fucking Jones to bring you the spells and prophecies of yore, learning the methods long forgotten button magic to bring forth the ultimate friendship, calling upon the eldritch lords of interdependence to breathe life into the digital forms of Maul and Laura on a Tamagotchi, to be summoned so that they too may grow and thrive. Unitement and togetherness brought forth by the electric gods of an ancient time. Rejoice! Rejoice! For the future is yours! A celestial companionship, parent out to all that has been brought and shall link up an eternal multiplier, hatching a cooperative lore in the bleak-ass game we call life. Arise, Mothra, and show us your magic power, because we're fucking lonely and need to feel. Or just get hyped, you know? I don't know, catch my vibe, because Tamagotchis are still around, so maybe you're not alone after all. I love you. Good night.
Nailed it!